Yeah, there's a washing machine going.
You're
What
insane.
of it?
Never washed your clothes before?
I'm sorry.
Gross.
We like clean clothes. Sue us.
Idiots.
What's up?
Hey!
We're doing it again.
Yes, we are.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're GCA Films. We're officially the spot for help creating things, for talk about other creators, and for just creating things in general.
Smooth.
Thanks.
So, we've now reached the part in this video series where we can't really continue without explaining to you our secret stream weapon.
We've already vaguely mentioned it in way too many videos.
And that is the Blackmagic Atem Mini Pro Live Switcher. Part capture card, part streaming PC.
It's the box we're always mentioning running the stream through.
Yeah, and so we figured it's probably time to penetrate that real deep.
Let's do the thing. Hey!
What?
We gotta do the thing.
Oh.
To do this thing justice, it would be far too long of a video, so we gotta break it up.
So in the next video, I will go over how to physically implement the Atem.
But first, we gotta do a product showcase. Think that worked?
Yeah.
All right, so the Atem Mini Pro. Anyway, we got the Atem in lieu of a capture card. It does have a few limitations in that regard, but the possibilities it opens up far outweigh the negative. It's a live production switcher, essentially the same technology as Blackmagic's professional grade Atem line, which is used for live news productions and stuff like that, with fewer inputs and simplified controls that pretty much any idiot can figure out.
Ha! I'm an idiot.
Broad strokes, this allows for easy cuts between video inputs, assortment of audio options, plus chroma keying, picture-in-picture, and most excitingly is the Ethernet port, which on all models allows for anybody on the network to operate it using the free Blackmagic software control, which is particularly helpful if you've got a team like we do.
We're a team.
Yes, we are. But most excitingly is that on both the Pro and Pro ISO models, the Ethernet port will allow you to stream directly from the Atem to whatever service you broadcast from. It'll take any combination of inputs, scale them all together, and send them out as a single feed, all the while taking the encoding load off of your PC. For this reason, if you already have a powerful dual PC setup and stick to a fairly standard stream format, this probably isn't necessary. However, if you're only working on one PC and you want to squeeze a few more frames out of it, or if you want to open yourself up to really get creative with what you're doing in the future, this thing is the cat's pajamas.
Meow.
All right, let's get to it. Let's start with these plugs. So we've got the 4 HDMI inputs, which like I said, will take in and then properly scale any combination of inputs at any resolution or frame rate up to 1080p 60. We've got the 2 mic inputs, which are 3.5 unbalanced stereo inputs. It is kind of annoying that these aren't XLR, but I guess for the price tag, I can kind of understand. It did give us a few issues when we were setting up our actual audio setup. Oh, are we gonna have to do it? We should do it part 3.
A part 3?
Yeah, for like the audio stuff.
But I feel like
Just a quick part 3 with how we work with the MV7 and making this all work. And
oh Jesus Christ.
moving over, we've got the HDMI out, which basically used to monitor the stream. They give you a few options for this, but I'll get to that when we get to the buttons. There's the USB-C output, which can be used to record the stream. We usually have Morpheus, our SSD, plugged into it, directly recording every stream. Plus, especially if you're not using the Ethernet to stream directly from your Atem, you can use that to plug in to your computer and use as an additional webcam source. And finally, we got the Ethernet port, which I already said was awesome. And then the power cord, obviously.
I don't see a power cord.
Well, it's the plug. The cord goes into the plug. It's good. It allows it to work and have power.
Oh.
It's important. It all comes standard in the box. Does not come with an Ethernet cord or any other cables, but it does come with the power cord.
So it doesn't all come standard.
Well, it doesn't all come standard, but the power options all come standard.
How many options for power are there?
1.
What if I wanted mine to not come with a power cord?
Well, then you can just buy a picture of this, tape it on a cardboard box, and stick it on. All right, now for the fun parts, the buttons. Boop. You know what I mean? Boop.
Die.
You know-
No, I
Boop.
don't.
You don't do this every time? Every time you press a button?
Do you?
Boop. Oh,
Do you do that?
every time. So we got the buttons and all these fancy lights. So we've got our 4 video input buttons. Whichever one's on air will be red, whichever one's queued up to go next, green. That also applies to the still and black buttons. The black is obviously just a black screen, and the still will cut to a full-size image that you've loaded up using the software control. Over here we've got the 3 scene change buttons. Cut, just a straight cut. Fade to black will fade to black, obviously. And then auto is your transitions, which you can either have the general fade, a dip to black, and then various slides and swipes and things like that. And then over here, you can set the duration for either your auto transition or your fade to black to either half a second, 1 second, 1.5, 2 seconds. Up here, you've got your quick picture-in-picture options and the chroma key on and off. Now I could go on at great length about these because they, much like the rest of the functionality of this thing, is highly customizable in the software. But I'm not going to, because this is not going to be another 26-minute video. I swear this upon Thor himself, seated within the... Now, switching over to audio, there's 6 available inputs. Each video input comes with its own audio controls, which you can turn either on, off, AFV or audio follows video, so the audio will come through when the video source is on the screen. You can turn the gain up or down and then reset it if you screw something up. Up here, we've got your 2 microphone inputs. Again, on, off, up, down. I will mention that these sources can be heavily fine-tuned with EQ and dynamic controls in the Atem software. So, example time. For one of our Friday streams,
twitch.tv/Guano Loco Lobo.
we've got the audio from the computer running through input 1. Guano's mic is then run independently through mic 1. Meanwhile, there's a camera in the other room with audio running to it. So, cue AFV, and then when it's time to check in on the detective, you can hear him. Go back to gaming, and the audio cuts off so you don't have to hear him all night, even though that's exactly what the people want. Lastly, we've got our HDMI out options. You can either view each source independently, you can watch just what's going out on the stream, or you can go with multi-view, which shows you all the sources, preview, program, audio levels, the whole shebang. Also, on the Pro and Pro ISO models, we've got the record and stream on and off. Oh, duh, it won't do that because nothing's plugged in. Well, that's lame.
Will everything light up for a second?
The record doesn't. It doesn't even think about it. You've got the record and stream on and off. That's right. Once you get it all set up, you don't even have to go to the computer. You can just hit record and you're off to the races. Huzzah!
Excelsior!
So who needs this? Short answer, not everyone. Maybe not even most people. I mean, if for an average streamer with a fairly basic setup, this isn't really gonna be very groundbreaking. But let's say you're looking to open it up. You wanna be able to get creative in the future with everything you do for the stream. This could be it. Think about it this way. For the price of 3 bottom tier Elgato capture cards, you can get 4 HDMI inputs, a hardware encoder, and one of the best hardware chroma keyers at the consumer level. Although that is all based on research. We haven't actually tried it ourselves.
Well, I did press the chroma key button the other night.
I mean, yes, but you didn't chroma key anything.
No, you just went black.
You just went black.
So it works.
Now, out of fairness, I do have to point out that 4 inputs does not really mean 4 capture cards. I mean, if it's the capture you're after, only the Pro ISO will record each individual source. With this one, we can only record the stream as a whole, so everything that goes out on the stream ends up on the recording. Furthermore, at the moment, the picture-in-picture capabilities are limited to only 1 source. So if you're gonna want more than 1 HDMI sources running at the same time, you're gonna need at least a cam link.
Oh, man!
But I have to stress that for a certain type of streamer, someone who either has a team behind them or really wants to push the envelope of what they can do with the stream, this thing is amazing. It's easily one of my favorite pieces of equipment because at the press of a button, we can switch up camera angles.
Hi!
Or even better, we can totally blow them away with sudden scene cuts, bringing in all the other talented people we have around us.
Hi!
That's right, that weird bit in the beginning was contextually relevant. But that's just for an average night. Things like our Alien Isolation weekend would have been infuriatingly difficult without something like this. I mean, let's say you decide one day to have a party stream where you and your pals all come over, hang out in the living room, and play Wii U all night. but you don't want to drag your PC all the way in there. Well, with this thing, you don't have to. As long as you have a long enough Ethernet cord and access to AC power, you can go live from anywhere at the press of a button. And that's why the Blackmagic A10 Mini Pro is our secret weapon.
But the secret's out!
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I think that's it. Wait, what does this one do?
And that's the Atem Mini Pro. If you enjoyed this video and want more, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to ring the bell so you can catch the next video that we come out with. It's gonna be this, being taught how to play nicely with Streamlabs. Be sure to check out the stream, linked in the description. Also down there, the link to our Discord, the Complex, where we talk about all sorts of cool stuff like this, and other things like food and pets and video games sometimes. But you know, till then, keep doing the thing. Blackmagic A10 Mini Pro Live Switcher. Blackmagic A10 Mini Pro Live Switcher. Blackmagic Mini 10 Pro Magic Slide Watcher.
So, paying the price for our hubris.
It is cutting off the top of your head now at this point. Like, not the top, but like a little bit off the top.
Oh, did I do this?
Yeah, I think so.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Can you tell I got a power stance going?
No, you can't.